This is CBS 8 News Live at 6.
CBS 8 is working for you to explain why condominium insurance policies are being dropped across San Diego and across California due to wildfire risk. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. It's a story we've been following for weeks now. Property management companies usually secure insurance policies for condominium homeowners associations. CBS 8's David Goffredson talked to an expert with a company in Kearny Mesa that helps condo owners with canceled policies get new fire coverage.
Can you put me on speaker?
Yeah, you're on speaker.
Okay.
San Diego insurance expert Grant Mosley works at Utopia Property Management in Kearny Mesa, but he spoke to me from a rooftop in Nashville, Tennessee.
What are you on vacation in Nashville or what? What are you doing there?
My wife and I are here celebrating an anniversary.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mosley says under California law, insurance companies have to give a 75-day notice of non-renewal before they can drop property insurance. So that should give your condo or homeowners association plenty of time to start looking for replacement policies.
A lot of these homeowners associations have dozens of units and they need tens of millions of dollars in coverage.
As CBS 8 has reported, Farmers Insurance recently dropped policies on at least 4 San Diego condo complexes due to wildfire risk, leaving more than 1,000 homeowners without property insurance. The condo associations will typically turn to an insurance broker to cobble together a replacement policy on the surplus market with a much higher premium for less coverage.
The real concern is how are they going to sell their units when a mortgage company isn't going to lend on a property that's not insured. I don't think homeowners are going to be able to sell them.
While the insurance companies will tell you wildfire mitigation is the solution to the problem of condo complexes being dropped, Mosley says spending money on brush clearing or structure hardening does not guarantee the complex will be reevaluated and renewed.
They have high-risk fire zone models. They could clear it for 5 miles and, put all the fanciest roofs on there and gutter guards and protect the eaves and all that. They're going to decline it anyway. It's really an exercise in futility, unfortunately.
He says the best advice if your condo association is dropped, start looking as soon as possible for other carriers.
It's really a crapshoot on who's going to pick it up. The one thing that's certain about insurance is it's uncertain.
California's safety net state-run insurance plan is called the FAIR Plan. It only covers fire insurance, and as it stands now, the maximums on the FAIR Plan are not high enough to cover most condo complexes.
Well, we certainly want to wish Mr. Mosley and his wife a happy anniversary. Hope they have a nice trip to Nashville there, David. But what is the difference here between the primary insurance carriers and the surplus carriers?
The primary insurance carriers, also called the admitted insurance carriers, have their rate structure highly regulated by the Department of Insurance. The secondary insurance carriers, also called non-admitted insurance carriers, are not regulated, and if they go bankrupt, they are not covered. Your claim may not be covered if that secondary insurance company goes bankrupt. So it's important to do your homework when you're diving into the secondary market.
David Goffredson, you've been all over this, and I'm sure with the way things are going, we're going to have a lot more stories on this exact subject. Reporting live. Thank you so much, David.
Tonight, San Diego County Sheriff's investigators are asking for help finding the people responsible for stealing high-dollar batteries in North County. The Sheriff's Department says more than 100 LG lithium power cell batteries have been stolen from the Valley Center Energy Storage Facility. Each battery costs around $3,000 and they weigh more than 250 pounds. They also can't be used safely without other specific equipment. If you know anything about these thefts or if you were possibly one to buy one secondhand, call the Valley Center Sheriff's Substation.
Padres superstar third baseman Manny Machado says he plans to opt out of his contract after the season. You might remember he signed a 10-year, $300 million deal with the Padres back in 2019.
At the time, it was a record for a free agent. Our John Howard is here early tonight with this new development. John?
Yeah, it's very interesting that this is going on. And before we all throw Manny under the bus, Keep in mind that 10-year contract included a clause that allows him to opt out of it after 5 years, so he has every right in that regard. As for his timing to announce that he's opting out, could have been better. I suppose it's better now than in August or September during a playoff chase, but why not just keep negotiations out of the media and let the agent and the team management do their thing? That said, Machado is justified to opt out and ask for an increase as the market has increased. His current contract is now the 11th richest deal in baseball. Machado is more of a top 5 player in the game. Here he is today.
I mean, so far this year I'm a project, but who knows after next year? I know, obviously the team knows where I stand in my situation, and with the opt-out coming, and I think I've expressed that I will be opting out after this year. But I think my focus is not about 2024. I think my focus is about 2023.
But we've also shown a willingness to keep the important guys here, and I'm sure that there's a good chance that's the case with Manny too. So that's just what happens when you have those type of clauses in your contract.
It's a lot of money out there, and these owners are making a lot of money, and we're bringing a lot of money too. We're having fun out there. We're having a good time, and we're filling up the seats.
To answer your question, I don't want to know what it's going to look like without him here.
Frankly, I think it's going to be difficult for the Padres to work out a deal that will appease the player. The best chance of it happening will be reworking the final 5 years of the contract by the end of the season. If that doesn't happen and he hits free agencies, the numbers will balloon. And based on all the other big contracts the Padres have taken on recently, they'll likely be priced out. If Manny does go on to play elsewhere, not the end of the world. The Padres got 5 solid years out of him and used his presence on the team to draw other star players in. The big question now is, how much of a distraction will this become? Time will answer that. Carlo?
A special military flyover today to honor a World War II fighter pilot at a ceremony at Miramar National Cemetery. It featured the very same plane that he flew for the Marines over the Marshall, Gilbert, and Solomon Islands. CBS 8's Steve Fiorina has the story.
Major John Tashjian flew this very Corsair during World War II, a Marine fighter pilot who enlisted in the Navy 2 days after the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
The son of Armenian immigrants, John Tashjian, was honored with a military flyover and ceremony at Miramar National Cemetery. A show of respect, a proud moment for his family.
My dad, 101 years old, amazing life, healthy, super positive guy, always smiled. He was just a wonderful guy.
We have pictures of the young man as he became a fighter pilot almost 80 years ago. One day over the Pacific in '43, another pilot was shot down. Major Tashjian stayed with him.
So Mr. Tashjian promised to never leave him, and so he circled over the top of him until help would come.
A Navy destroyer took about 30 minutes to reach the downed pilot and pull him from the water. Lieutenant Colonel Farrell Purdy never forgot.
And he said he owes his life to Mr. Tashjian. Mr. Tashjian is a true American hero for saving the life of his fellow Marine.
My name is John Haig Tashjian, and I am 100 years old today.
The Major was surprised on his 100th birthday at the Planes of Fame Air Museum in Chino. A ride in the fighter jet he once piloted. Offered a ride in the Corsair he once flew in combat, he never hesitated.
Do you want to try to go for a flight in this Corsair?
Sure.
100th birthday flight, that was over the moon. That was amazing.
Yeah, the last time I flew, I was 23.
The flyover today, one last time through the clouds.
There's a little urn in the front on the windscreen up there that has part of John in him, and yeah, I was just fortunate. I mean, I was just laughing all the way, just thinking how wonderful it was to be able to fly with him.
It was so touching, seeing it come up straight up the column like that, so close, the perfect picture. It was such a wonderful closure for me to see that.
A glorious day for the Tashjian family at Miramar, a day to be remembered. Steve Fiorina, CBS 8.
Great honor, great spirit. It's nice to see them continue to honor his memory.
Very cool.
Cool planes to the Corsairs.
Love that look, right?
Still ahead tonight. Can a common cold lead to heart disease? We'll verify that.
Plus, a push tonight to eliminate all those extra junk fees that creep up when you're paying for a hotel or buying a concert ticket.
A little triggered right there when you said that. Ugh, all right, so taking a look at that forecast, yeah, we're talking about current temperature of 57 degrees. Overnight lows in the 30s and 40s yet again, but slightly warmer this weekend. Details ahead.
Up next, more diverse medical illustrations in the hopes the updated images will lead to more equal treatment.